Down. Okay. Everybody ready?
Welcome to Inspire and Success. Today, we're counting down our picks for top 25 best movies based on true story. For this list, we're looking at memorable films portraying real-life events that are either moving, encouraging, insightful, motivational, or all of the above. Which movie has left a lasting impression on you? Let us know in the comments. Number 25. Ali is a biographical sports drama film released in 2001, directed by Michael Mann and starring Will Smith as legendary boxer Muhammad Ali. The film portrays Ali's life, focusing on his career, personal life, and the societal and political challenges he faced. It covers significant events like his fights against Sonny Liston, his conversion to Islam, his refusal to join the Vietnam War, and his reclamation of the heavyweight title. It's a compelling portrayal of Ali's character and his impact on the world both inside and outside the boxing ring. Will Smith's performance was highly praised, earning him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Number 24. Pelé, Birth of a Legend. This film tells the story of Pelé's rise to fame, focusing on his early life and his journey to becoming a football icon. It showcases his extraordinary talent and the challenges he faced while growing up in Brazil. Pelé himself was involved in the making of this film, which adds authenticity to the portrayal of his life story. Number 23. Escape from Alcatraz is a classic 1979 film directed by Don Siegel and starring Clint Eastwood.
I said get up, Morris. Open up 109. God damn it, Morris. I said get up. Jesus Christ.
It's based on the true story of the 1962 escape from the Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, a maximum security prison located on an island in San Francisco Bay. The movie follows the story of Frank Morris, played by Clint Eastwood, and a few other inmates who plan and execute a daring escape from Alcatraz. Number 22. Bad Education. The movie is based on the true story of the largest public school embezzlement scandal in American history, which took place in the Roslyn School District in Long Island, New York, in the early 2000s.
That is bang out of order, man.
Oh, how could you not find that funny? We just squashed a vegan with a pig.
Hugh Jackman plays the role of Frank Tassone, a charismatic and beloved school superintendent who, along with his assistant superintendent, played by Allison Janney, becomes involved in a scheme to embezzle millions of dollars from the school district. Number 21. 10. Rillington Place. It's based on the real-life story of British serial killer John Christie. The film explores the disturbing events that took place at 10 Rillington Place in London, where Christie, a seemingly mild-mannered man, commits a series of murders between the 1940s and 1950s. The movie sheds light on the miscarriage of justice that occurred during Evan's trial, and Christie's subsequent arrest and confession to multiple murders. Number 20. The Bling Ring is a 2013 film directed by Sofia Coppola.
You're doing it to my mom! What you're doing with my daughter! My mom! Call the lawyer! Call the lawyer!
Based on a true story about a group of teenagers in Los Angeles who burglarized the homes of several celebrities between 2008 and 2009. The story follows a group of affluent and fame-obsessed teenagers who track the whereabouts of celebrities through social media and other means to rob their homes while they are away. Number 19. Compliance is a psychological thriller film directed by Craig Zobel, released in 2012.
Yes, I would.
So that's the first thing. And in this situation, either...
It's based on true events that occurred at a fast food restaurant in Kentucky in 2004. The movie delves into the unsettling story of a prank caller who impersonates a police officer and convinces the restaurant manager to conduct an intrusive and increasingly disturbing investigation of an innocent employee. Number 18. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. The story follows Raoul Duke,
Hi, how are you?
Just what in the hell did you think you were doing? I want to know. Let me see your license.
A journalist and his attorney, Dr. Gonzo, as they embark on a drug-fueled trip to Las Vegas to cover a motorcycle race and write an article. However, their journey quickly spirals into a surreal and chaotic experience filled with psychedelic drug use, bizarre encounters, and a distorted reflection of American society in the 1970s. Number 17. Zero Dark 30. The film follows the decade-long manhunt for Osama bin Laden after the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks.
Now, I remember Iraq WMD very clearly. I fronted that, and I can tell you the case for that was much stronger than this case.
A fucking yes or a no.
It stars Jessica Chastain as Maya, a CIA intelligence analyst dedicated to finding bin Laden. Zero Dark 30 received critical acclaim for its direction, performances, and realistic portrayal of the events leading up to the successful mission to eliminate bin Laden. Number 16. Zodiac is a 2007 mystery thriller directed by David Fincher, based on the true story of the Zodiac killer.
Man, you really creeped us out.
A notorious unidentified serial killer who operated in the San Francisco Bay Area during the late 1960s and early 1970s. The story revolves around the investigation conducted by a cartoonist at the San Francisco Chronicle, Robert Graysmith, and the efforts of journalists and investigators to uncover the identity of the Zodiac killer. Number 15. Moneyball is a 2011 biographical sports drama film directed by Bennett Miller, based on the true story documented in Michael Lewis's book.
Steve told me he's offering you a new contract.
Yes.
So why did you return my call?
The Art of Winning an Unfair Game. The film stars Brad Pitt as Billy Beane, the general manager of the Oakland Athletics baseball team. The story revolves around Beane's unconventional approach to assembling a competitive team despite the team's limited budget. Number 14. Hunger. The film, written by Kongdej Jataran Rasami, successfully presents another side of the creation of a luxury cuisine. Tells about a woman who is offered a job as one of the leading chef assistants in Thailand. The woman is named Aoi, where he has inherited the restaurant from his father and acts as a cook in the shop. Then a man came to eat at Aoi's shop, who turned out to be the assistant of a famous chef in Thailand. Number 13. Zola is a 2020 film directed by Janixa Bravo, based on a viral Twitter thread posted by Isaiah Wells in 2015. The thread recounted a wild and surreal road trip that Zola took to Florida with a new acquaintance named Jessica, which quickly turned into a chaotic and dangerous adventure involving stripping, prostitution, and crime. Number 12. Bernie. The film is based on the true story of Bernie Tide, a beloved mortician in a small Texas town who befriends and eventually murders a wealthy widow, Marjorie Nugent.
Flowers he supposedly planted, they're supposed to bloom 2 weeks ago. He is a lazy, good-for-nothing. The man's never done anything.
I don't think that he would ever do anything
Why are you sticking up for his kind?
The film explores the events leading up to the crime, the aftermath, and the reactions of the townspeople who were surprised by the crime due to Bernie's popular and amiable reputation in the community. Number 11. Spotlight. The movie tells the true story of the Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative journalism team of the Boston Globe, known as the Spotlight Team.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I don't have any time to talk right now, but if you call my assistant...
We have reason to believe that there are allegations against as many as 87 priests in Boston.
And their investigation into the widespread child sexual abuse by Catholic priests in the Boston area. Their investigation exposes not only the magnitude of the abuse, but also the complicity of the church hierarchy in concealing these crimes for decades. Number 10. The Insider is a 1999 biographical drama film directed by Michael Mann.
In other words, it acts as a drug.
I object to the form of question.
It acts as a drug on the body?
Object to the form.
It acts as a drug?
Object!
Will you then echo in here?
It tells the true story of Jeffrey Wigand, a former tobacco industry executive, and his involvement with a 60 Minutes television segment that exposed the tobacco industry's practices. Number 9. Into the Wild is a 2007 biographical drama film directed by Sean Penn, based on the nonfiction book of the same name by John Krakauer.
No, I'm afraid of water. Always have been. Something I gotta get over sometime, though, huh? So, I will swim in it
It's a poignant and thought-provoking portrayal of McCandless's real-life journey and the complexities of pursuing an unconventional path in search of authenticity and fulfillment. Number 8. Can You Ever Forgive Me? The movie is based on the memoir of the same name by Lee Israel, a writer who turned to forging and selling letters purportedly written by deceased authors and celebrities to make a living.
I thought this one line here was particularly clever, don't you think?
It's wonderful. I love his writing. And Dorothy Parker as well. Caustic wit, you know?
Caustic wit is my religion.
Melissa McCarthy portrays Lee Israel, a once successful biographer who falls on hard times and resorts to literary forgery to support herself. Number 7. Dallas Buyers Club. Matthew McConaughey portrays Ron Woodruff, a homophobic and hard-living man who initially struggles to come to terms with his diagnosis, but eventually becomes an advocate for AIDS patients.
No, I don't want that faggot blood on me.
Come on! Fucker! Hey! Huh? Hey, come on, shit.
No, I'm all right. That motherfucker's a fucking problem.
Jared Leto co-stars as Rayon, a transgender woman with AIDS who becomes Ron's business partner and friend. Number 6. Dog Day Afternoon is a 1975 crime drama film directed by Sidney Lumet. The movie is based on a true story about a bank robbery that took place in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah?
Hello, Sonny. Sonny, you're on the air. Would you mind answering a few questions for us?
Yeah?
Why are you doing this?
The story unfolds as Sonny's attempt at the robbery leads to a tense standoff with the police, and the situation attracts a significant amount of media attention. Number 5. The Social Network is a 2010 biographical drama film directed by David Fincher. The movie tells the story of the founding of Facebook and the legal disputes that arose between its co-founders. Jesse Eisenberg stars as Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook.
You're being accused of intentionally breaching security, violating copyrights, violating individual privacy by creating the website www.facesmash.com. You're also charged with being in violation of university policy on distribution of digitized images. Before we begin with our questioning...
And the film primarily focuses on the early days of Facebook's creation, while Zuckerberg was a student at Harvard University. The Social Network received critical acclaim for its screenplay, direction, and performances, particularly Eisenberg's portrayal of Zuckerberg. Number 4. Argo is a 2012 historical drama film directed by Ben Affleck, based on the true story of the Canadian caper during the Iran hostage crisis in 1979 to 1981. The film recounts the daring rescue mission orchestrated by the CIA to extract 6 American diplomats who had escaped the seizure of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran and were hiding in the Canadian ambassador's residence. Number 3. Hustlers is a 2019 crime drama film directed by Laureen Scafaria, inspired by a New York Magazine article by Jessica Pressler. The film explores themes of friendship, power dynamics, and the consequences of financial desperation in the wake of economic hardship.
Have you met Destiny? Hi. Hey, you from Queens, right? Yeah, Kew Gardens. Okay, I'm from Briarwood.
Hustlers received praise for its performances, particularly Jennifer Lopez's portrayal of Ramona, and for its depiction of the real-life events that inspired the story. Number 2. Oppenheimer. As a history buff, I was curious to see a live-action depiction of the lead-up and creation of the atomic bomb, and the subsequent consequences its creators were forced to face.
All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected by rail, focused on one goal, one point in space and time.
While the film is predominantly about the creation of the most destructive nuclear bomb that single-handedly wiped out Japan's Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the film's focus was more on the rise and fall of Robert Oppenheimer himself. Number 1. All the President's Men. The movie is based on the non-fiction book of the same name by Carl Bernstein and Bob Woodward, 2 journalists from the Washington Post who investigated and reported on the Watergate scandal that ultimately led to the resignation of President Richard Nixon.
Stuck. Story is stalled on us.
And you thought I'd help?
All the President's Men is known for its accurate portrayal of investigative journalism and the painstaking process of uncovering the truth in a politically charged environment.